Tonight on News 5 Live, a criminal investigation into dubious land transactions is underway. The police department, the Ministry of Home Affairs, and Prime Minister John Briceño weigh in on the Doris Grant allegations. Police say Ellis Main is seeking asylum in the U.S. Will the murder suspect be deported back to Belize? And an overnight fire at Price Barracks destroys BDF's sleeping quarters. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
I'm David Humes, this is Vanessa Humes. We own Ladyville Cool Spot. Belize Bank save us a lot of time. Working with them, we can keep track exactly what we spend. We recommend Belize Bank 100% because we don't have to go to stand up in line and we can check on our account right from our house. Working with Belize Bank is the best.
What if I told you that your singing talent can earn you $10,000? And what if I told you that you can stop singing in the shower and sing live on one of the biggest stages in Belize?
I'm gonna love you forever.
Still not sold? Well, what if I told you with all that's offered, you can attract fans and supporters from all over the country? So, are you ready to be part of the most exciting singing competition in Belize? It's time for KTV The Remix, Season 6. Auditions will take place on Saturday, June 1st and Sunday, June 2nd. So mark your calendars and come show us how good you are. This is your chance to make it big and win big. KTV The Remix, Season 6. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
The Ministry of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, in partnership with the National Adaptation Plan Global Network Secretariat, will be hosting the second Blue Economy Climate Resilience Forum and Fair on June 6th and 7th. This year's theme is linking science and livelihoods towards climate resilience for the coastal zone and fisheries sector of Belize. Come and take part in presentations relating to climate change and national adaptation and mitigation initiatives, the use of scientific knowledge to enhance resilience, and how men and women in our community can positively impact our coastal zone and fisheries sector. On day 1, June 6th, the Blue Economy Forum will provide a platform for NGOs academia, and private citizens to present their plans, projects, and national initiatives at the Belize Biltmore Plaza from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. On day 2, June 7th, the Blue Economy Fair takes place at the Fisheries Compound on Princess Margaret Drive, where stakeholders such as NGOs, fisherfolk organizations, and MSMEs will showcase their booths. There will also be lots of raffle giveaways. Everyone is invited to the second Blue Economy Climate Resilience Forum and Fair on June 6th and 7th.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, May 31st. I am Sabrina Daly. Doris Grant will have her day in court to answer to the multitude of charges that have been brought against her. She is accused of defrauding a Mennonite business person in land transactions that weren't worth the paper they were printed on. And today, the Minister of Home Affairs says the file sits on the DPP's desk, and that contrary to what has been reported in other media circles, the Prime Minister is not part of that investigation team. Grant's Reggae Street home and her farmhouse in Gardenia Village have both been searched by investigators led by DCP Dr. Richard Rosado, but have turned up nothing incriminating. This week, Grant informed News 5 that police took a chest with her diabetes medication and took pictures of documents she has for her car and receipts for building supplies and returned them to her. Today, Musa told reporters that witnesses from the Mennonite community have given police statements as part of the investigation.
With the Doris Grant land fraud, alleged land fraud, that case, I believe it's going to the DPP. What are your thoughts about it, about this big scandal where these Mennonites, several Mennonites were frauded allegedly out of land?
I have been informed that there was an investigation being carried out into an alleged land fraud. As you rightly mentioned, I think it is over the course of the last month or so that an investigation has been carried out. I am told that several witnesses from the Mennonite community have provided statements, and so that entire file, I am told, has been turned over to the DPP's office.
Any reasoning why I believe Ms. Grant's home has been searched twice, and for the second time it was searched for 5 hours?
I am not certain. That is a matter for the investigative team. As you know, that investigation is still ongoing, and so looking for evidence, I'm sure, is one of the reasons behind searches of that nature, and so I would think that is the reason why.
Do you know if at all the Prime Minister is involved at any level in this investigation?
Absolutely not, no. That is being carried out by the Belize Police Department, not by the Prime Minister, as I believe someone was trying to suggest. That is not the case.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams has also chimed in on the Doris Grant matter. This afternoon, he told reporters that the Police Department and the Ministry of Natural Resources need to work closely in investigating and arresting perpetrators of land fraud.
So in relation to Doris Grant and the land fraud, this is the third, I would say, big land case that we're seeing. In recent time, we had Richard Borja, who he was killed. We had Dollar Coin was killed. They were both in land dealings, and now we have Doris Grant and this land fraud. Is now land fraud something that the police is looking at closer eye on?
Well, certainly we have to look at it more meticulously, and there needs to be proper coordination with the Ministry of Natural Resources. I don't understand how people could falsify documents. Maybe there need to be something done to make sure that the documents used at the land registry are not easily forged. And again, people who are purchasing land need to make sure that they do the respective due diligence. You can't just go and buy land from anybody. You can have an agent go to the land registry and do research for you on any piece of land that you may have interest in, and they should be able to tell you if that land is available or taken. And likewise, I think that within the Ministry of Natural Resources, I don't think they have agents that would normally go out and do certain things. So if a person out in the street will tell you that they are an agent of natural resources or they are agent of this or that, then you need to make sure you do your proper due diligence before you give them your money, because at the end of the day, then this becomes the issue. So it's a huge problem for us indeed, but the issue is that many a times it does not come to the police. We only hear of it out there in the greater public, and only a few of them would normally come to the police.
Prime Minister John Briseno says he is aware of an ongoing police investigation into Doris Grant. On Thursday, PM Briseno told reporters that Grant allegedly promised to sell a group of Mennonites some land and received a significant sum of money from them. But according to the allegation, she never delivered on her end of the bargain. PM Briseno did not go into the details because the matter is expected to be forwarded to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution.
I don't know much about it. Again, I'm told there's been an investigation and it will be going on to the DPP. But the little that I've heard is simply that she allegedly, what's the word? The right word to say that? But basically, I don't want to use those words. But basically, sold dreams to these Mennonites and for land. And they thought that she was legit, and now we find out that the land monies has been exchanged, but no land. They have not received any land. So, but that again, can't comment on it because it is going out to the DPP and certainly will go to court.
36-year-old Solomon Coleman, a resident of Punta Gorda town, was shot and killed in Belmopan earlier this week when he was accosted by an unknown gunman. The murder took place as Coleman and his brother were walking along Cemetery Road. Despite reviewing surveillance footage, investigators are no closer to making an arrest since the culprit wore a mask. Here's more from Commissioner of Police Chester Williams.
In Belmopan, that murder is a very complicated one. We're still trying to ascertain exactly what happened. What we know is that the group of persons, family, were drinking in a particular area, and they may have left to go and purchase additional alcohol. And on the way to do so, they were approached by a vehicle. A lone gunman came out of the vehicle with a shotgun. Him and the deceased have a struggle. During the struggle, the gun went off and the deceased was shot fatally. We have viewed several surveillance footages in the area, and we are still not able to get a good lead because the gunman had on a mask. So at this time, we don't know who the gunman is, but we're still working on it to see what we can get.
The victim, he's not from Belmopan, right?
He's originally from Punta Gorda.
And he was visiting?
I would want to think so, yes.
Ellis Main is wanted in Belize in connection with a murder that took place on the Placencia Peninsula several weeks ago. Last week, it was reported that Main turned up in the United States. And according to Compol Chester Williams, the murder suspect is seeking asylum in the U.S. Main is wanted for questioning in relation to the shooting death of Roy Lee Burgess back in April.
I think the issue with Ellis Main currently is that he's claiming asylum. So I think the U.S. would go through that asylum process to see if he would meet the requirements to be granted asylum. And if he does not meet the requirements, then he will be sent back home. Bearing in mind that we have already issued an arrest warrant for him, likewise his wanted poster is out there. So the U.S. authorities should know that he is wanted in Belize, and Interpol Belize is in communication with Interpol in the U.S. to make sure that there is proper coordination.
Or were you able to locate him?
It was not us who located him. As you said, he was found entering the U.S. By the U.S. Border and Border Patrol agent, and so he's in their custody right now, awaiting the process.
Accused murderer Elmer Na remains incarcerated at the Belize Central Prison. The former police officer is on remand for the triple murder of brothers John and David Ramnareis and Vivian Ramnareis. Na maintains his innocence and recently suggested that the heinous killings were carried out by another road cop. When we asked the Compol about an investigation into those allegations, he said that they are in process of putting together an ironclad case against Na.
Yes, it has been concluded, and The result is that there was no basis for his report. The surveillance camera in the vehicle that transported him to and from prison, including the body cam worn by the officers. Which one?
He said one ex-police officer commit the murders.
I am not going to go into too much detail where that is concerned, because that's a matter before the court. And you and I know that an accused person would always raise whatever they need to raise for a defense. We're doing what we can to be able to convince the court beyond a reasonable doubt that El Murna is the perpetrator of that triple murder. So that's what we're doing right now.
Coming up, the Commissioner of Police explains the use of rubber pellets in a recent officer-involved shooting.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, Jesus stood and cried, saying, If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He that believeth on me, as the Scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. But this spake he of the Spirit, which they that believe on him should receive. For years it appears that Belize depended upon Mexico and their diesel engines to provide electrical power for the country to operate on. Then the McCall-Moyahan, a hydroelectric plant, was built in the mountains between San Ignacio and Guatemala in the Cayo district. During the early stages of its construction, I had the privilege of viewing this project and watching skilled Belizeans and Chinese dam builders at work. I was amazed as they blasted their way through a solid granite mountain for about 2 miles, building a tunnel for water to flow through. Then they diverted the McCall River from its natural course to flow through that tunnel and to provide the power for the turbine engines to generate electricity that would benefit the entire country of Belize. As I saw what they were doing, I thought, what power? However, there is a greater power than that generated at the hydro plant. It is a power of the Holy Spirit that indwells each believer who has repented of their sin. Are you trying to provide your own power to live the Christian life? If so, come to Christ and believe, and let the river of living water flow through you. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
The Ministry of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, in partnership with the National Adaptation Plan Global Network Secretariat, will be hosting the second Blue Economy Climate Resilience Forum and Fair on June 6th and 7th. This year's theme is linking science and livelihoods towards climate resilience for the coastal zone and fisheries sector of Belize. Come and take part in presentations relating to climate change and national adaptation and mitigation initiatives, the use of scientific knowledge to enhance resilience, and how men and women in our community can positively impact our coastal zone and fisheries sector. On day 1, June 6th, the Blue Economy Forum will provide a platform for NGOs, academia, and private citizens to present your plans, projects, and national initiatives at the Belize Biltmore Plaza from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. On day 2, June 7th, the Blue Economy Fair takes place at the Fisheries Compound on Princess Margaret Drive, where stakeholders such as NGOs, fisherfolk organizations, and MSMEs will showcase their booths. There will also be lots of raffle giveaways. Everyone is invited to the second Blue Economy Climate Resilience Forum and Fair on June 6th and 7th.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected. Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
is almost here, and we're gearing up for the exciting time of the year where kids from all over the country come together and showcase their talent on one stage. The Open Your Eyes stage. Yes, that's right. Summerfest is back. Every talent is allowed to be part of this year's Summerfest. Join us on June 1st at Channel 5 to audition for this year's show. Call our WhatsApp 670-6068 and I'll see you on stage.
The Mega Bingo Progressive Jackpot is going up. You don't want to miss the next show. This Saturday, June 1st, you can win a whopping $449,025. All that cash might have your name on it, and it can change your life. So you don't want to miss your chance to get in the game. Make sure to get your tickets and tune in to the next show airing on Channel 5 on Love FM at 8 p.m. or catch the game online on Facebook or YouTube. Just search for Belize Mega Bingo. This is the chance of a lifetime, so don't miss it. The jackpot can be yours. And remember, Mega Bingo is the game.
En un mundo impulsado por la tecnología, el programa de becas de Digi abre puertas a infinitas posibilidades. Únase hoy al programa de becas de Digi, donde los sueños se encuentran con la innovación y el conocimiento se transforma en acción.
Mi nombre es Fabián Solórzano, residente del pueblo de Punta Gorda. Tengo 15 años y estoy asistiendo al Colegio Comunitario de Toledo, en el 3er grado. Estoy muy emocionado por compartir con ustedes, futuros estudiantes que planean aplicar para este programa, cómo me ayudó a mí y a mi familia. Yo tuve el privilegio de ser uno de los afortunados de conseguir la beca. Eso fue de gran ayuda para mí y también para mis padres. Debido a la beca, los gastos de la educación y los gastos del día a día fueron más fáciles de equilibrar. A la vez, esto me permite poder mantenerme más enfocado en mis estudios. Digi ve un potencial increíble en nosotros y quieren impulsarnos a seguir nuestras metas. Así que yo quiero invitar a todos ustedes que quieran aplicar, que lo hagan, porque ustedes también pueden ser bendecidos con una beca.
Únase al programa de becas de Digi hoy y embárquese en un viaje de empoderamiento, educación y excelencia. Visite nuestro sitio web para obtener más información sobre cómo puede ser parte de esta oportunidad que cambia vidas. Solicita ahora y libera tu potencial con Digi. Digi, nuestra telecomunicación nacional.
On Monday, we reported on the 2 shooting incidents that occurred in Corzo District over the weekend, one of which was fatal. The first shooting occurred on Saturday night when a man was targeted in his yard and gunned down. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams says the recent act of violence was the result of rivaling groups in the area. The fatal shooting occurred around 1:30 a.m. at the Mikompa bar in Ranchito Village and is believed to have been spurred by a dispute between 2 parties. We asked Williams for an update, and he informed us that police have identified the suspects and are seeking them for an arrest.
The Corozal murder is rather unfortunate, I must say that. Again, it is important that the liquor licensing board listen to the police. We had made several attempts to have that bar closed down. It was closed down temporarily for a little while, and the reason we had made those requests was because we foresaw this happening. But again, they were able to get licensed and continue to operate, and now this happened. Nonetheless, the police are on top of it. We know who the suspect is, and we're still pursuing that person at this time. We're hoping to find that person very soon, and then we'll be able to lay charges against that individual. But again, it was a group of persons who had some misunderstanding, and that misunderstanding led to the fatal shooting of the victim.
And there was a shooting not too far away in Parisa village. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, that shooting, likewise, we know who the person is, who did that, and we're looking for that person as well. We believe that that may have something to do with a rivaling issue between two particular groups in the area.
Last weekend, the police made a huge bust of crystal meth, perhaps the largest that they've made so far. They have arrested 3 persons for their find, and today Commissioner of Police Chester Williams told reporters that they intercepted the drugs in a vehicle at a mechanic shop in the Cayo district. Williams said that their operations along the border areas have yielded good results, and this was one such occasion when their search turned up a significant find.
It is a huge bust for us. We have been doing a lot of operations along the border areas in the districts that borders different countries, like Cayo that borders Guatemala, and then Orange Walk and Corozal that borders Mexico. And these operations we do regularly yield good results for us. I am extremely proud and happy of the work done by the anti-narcotics unit in that operation. It's a huge, I think it's the largest bust we have had of crystal meth, and it needs to be celebrated, and indeed maybe we need to toot our horn some more, because sometimes I think that we don't toot our horn as much as we should. And they were found at I think a garage area, a mechanic shop, in a vehicle. The team did their investigation, and the investigation done by them was what led to the arrest of those persons who were charged.
Well, so how many people were arrested?
3 persons were charged.
Last weekend, there was also a shooting on Newtown Barracks involving a police officer who fired rubber pellets that injured several persons. The officer was responding to an altercation at a popular nightclub on the entertainment strip. To break up the fight that was taking place, the policeman fired a warning shot onto the ground, and when the rubber pellets ricocheted, they injured several persons who were in the immediate vicinity. Compol Chester Williams explained the use of non-lethal rounds.
As I said to OCED, while I do understand that the police action in discharging the weapon or the firearm in that particular area could be seen as one that was necessary but not necessary. Let me put it that way. They might say, well, how could it be necessary and still not necessary? But again, due to what was taking place in terms of the aggression, the fighting between the different groups, and we do know that when we have rivaling groups going at each other, the potential for either one to take out weapons and use is very high. So the police took out his shotgun that had rubber bullet and discharged a warning shot. My issue with it is that he fired the warning shot in the ground. You don't fire warning shots in the ground because the potential of ricocheting is extremely high. He could have fired it in the air or whatever. But I can't kill the policeman because at the end of the day, he saw an issue that could have escalated to the stage where persons got severely injured or killed. And he, being a person in that position, applied his best judgment and did what he did. A reprimand for me would be good enough for him, but I don't want to kill him for what he did, no.
After the break, Belize's first woman attorney, Hattie Goson, laid to rest. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Brothers Abet is celebrating Super Handy Dads for the entire month of June with super handy deals that just can't be beaten. Give that super handy dad the perfect gift from our super selection, like 15% off all power tools and hand tools store-wide, 15% off track car batteries, 20% off Eureka Vats, 20% off Decon Matte Emulsion, and 25% off Valspar and Dutch Boy paints. Plus, for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win $500 worth of tools for 3 super special dads. So give dad his best Father's Day gift yet from Brothers Abet. Come in or reach out to us today. Brothers Abet wishes all super handy dads a super happy Father's Day.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
What if I told you that your singing talent can earn you $10,000? And what if I told you that you can stop singing in the shower and sing live on one of the biggest stages in Belize?
Let's go! I'm gonna love you forever.
Still not sold? Well, what if I told you with all that's offered, you can attract fans and supporters from all over the country? So, are you ready to be part of the most exciting singing competition in Belize? It's time for KTV The Remix, Season 6. Auditions will take place on Saturday, June 1st and Sunday, June 2nd. So mark your calendars and come show us how good you are. This is your chance to make it big and win big. KTV The Remix, Season 6. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V Department Store. They carry a vast array of products at unbeatable prices. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at the V. Conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Fowers and I work at U-Mall. 100% I will recommend Belize Bank mobile banking to everyone because it saves time, money, and gas price because gas price is high right now. Belize Bank mobile banking just make life easier.
Security measures are tightening up in River Valley. In recent months, the community observed an increase in crime in the area, raising serious concerns among residents. After voicing complaints about the ineffectiveness of the police officers stationed there, 10 new officers were transferred into the area, replacing the previous staff, and a new officer in charge was appointed. Today, the force continues to strengthen this commitment to safety by welcoming a new police mobile to be used in the area. News 5's Brittany Gordon attended the handing over ceremony for more details on the security strategies to be implemented in the River Valley. Here's that report.
The Belize River Valley just got a little safer with the addition of a brand new police mobile. This vehicle is part of a greater initiative to strengthen security measures in the area. Today, the police force held a handing over ceremony to commemorate the new vehicle and commend the efforts made to ensure public safety. Karim Musa, Minister of Home Affairs, detailed this endeavor to us.
A few years ago, we had undertaken a very comprehensive countrywide review and tour of the rural communities, meeting with the leaders all across the country to identify the key areas in which we can assist these rural communities, whether it's by community policing, whether it's by assigning special constables, additional special constables, and one of the number one concerns was mobility, and so that is part of the reason why we are here today to deliver this brand new pickup truck for the Belize River Valley. As you mentioned, there was some flare-ups about two months or so ago, and so we definitely wanted to prioritize and focus our efforts here in the River Valley, not just by providing mobility for the police officers, but providing additional officers. As you know, we recently had the passing out of Squad 97, and from that recruits, we were able to assign 10 new officers.
The implementation of better safety precautions is a community effort that involves strategizing with several community leaders and government officials. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams acknowledges a decrease in violent crimes thanks to several mediations that have been held with the community.
We know that the year started off rough for them. I think we had about 10 murders in the first 3 months, which was extremely high. And I came in, I sat down with them, we developed strategies, we had mediations, we had interventions. The community leaders were also brought together to give their ideas so that we can get an appreciation in terms of what was taking place and see how best we could address the issue. And again, that had yielded good results for us. We have since seen a tremendous decrease in major crime in the area since we had those meetings, and we're hoping that with the additional resources in the area, both human and vehicular resources, that we will be able to get more from the police in this area. So I want to assure the Belize River Valley people that the Belize Police Department stand committed in making sure that their safety and security always remain at the forefront.
Musa explains that the Ministry of Home Affairs has been donating new vehicles to the Crimes Investigation Branch across the country.
We have from our ministry identified funds. Recently we also handed over 6 brand new vehicles to CIB all across the country, because it's absolutely vital and essential that our investigators, whenever a serious crime is taking place, that they have mobility. And so we were able to deliver 6 new vehicles to CIB as well.
The police mobile and new officers are part of a concerted effort towards better public safety. Williams explains that through the diligent efforts of the police force and continued cooperation from the public, residents will begin to witness a positive change in the community.
We have new leadership in the area as well. Additional police officers who also come into the area. I think we went from somewhere around 11 police officers in this area to currently about 29. So the numbers increased tremendously. Boom Station now is 24 hours operating. In Bermuda Landing, it's I think 2-shift system. They have there until 12 midnight. So we're seeing more and more that we're doing what we can to enhance security. Again, it does not require only the police. We have to have the partnership with the people, and that's the importance of making sure that the chairpersons of the respective villages are a part of what we do. We get good cooperation from them, good input from them. I want to make sure we enhance that.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
The Belize Police Department is attempting to mitigate the number of violent crimes through an increase in operations across the country. With the implementation of additional patrols, police are experiencing the depletion of their fuel allowance at an incredible rate. Recently, a police mobile was parked near the police station on Raccoon Street, unable to conduct patrols as it had expended its $250 monthly fuel allowance. Today, Karim Musa, Minister of Home Affairs, confirmed that due to the heightened northern operations, the increased use of gas is to be expected.
Was there an increase in the fuel bill for the department, police department? Especially because they have a whole lot of patrolling to do all over. Communities are getting larger and whatnot. And then we received a report that one mobile was parked behind Raccoon Street Police Station because the 250 gallons of fuel that they had received for the month had been exhausted.
That is a matter that would have to be answered by our commissioner. Yes, by the Commissioner of Police. But in terms of additional resources, certainly with our northern based operation, that is taking up a lot of our fuel bill as well. But in terms of the Belize City fuel bill, I believe Commissioner would be able to answer that.
On Thursday, a fire at Price Barracks completely gutted the sleeping quarters of a senior non-commissioned officer. The fire is believed to have been caused by an electrical malfunction, as the building has been in poor condition since it was damaged by a hurricane. Colonel Anthony Vasquez, Deputy Commander of the BDF, told us that the building was primarily used for storage and no one was injured in the incident.
Last night at about 11 p.m., a fire started at the senior non-commissioned officers' barracks. The fire originated near the room of the Force Sergeant Major, who is a senior enlisted person in the Belize Defense Force. The fire was contained and completely out by 11:45, and that occurred with the assistance of the Ladyville Fire Service.
Was anybody injured in the fire?
Well, no one was injured at all in the fire. No one was in the building at the time. The building is a senior non-commissioned officer barrack that was damaged by a hurricane last year, and repairs haven't been done, completed at this time. So no one was actually in the building at the time, and the damage occurred was confined to mostly about 2 rooms. So the room of the 4th Sergeant Major and an adjacent room. Everything was destroyed in both rooms. And there's an electrical hazard in the area as well. And also the fire service this morning is conducting their investigation to determine the cause of the fire.
So the speculation is that it was an electrical fire or is something else?
Well, that's the assumption at this point in time until the investigation is over, that some sort of electrical fire.
So you mentioned that this room was the barracks but in the video we can hear the sound of ammunition going off. Can you talk about that situation?
From my point of view, it wasn't ammunition. It was cans of food that were popping open during the fire itself.
The Association of Protected Areas Management is calling on the relevant authorities to hold irresponsible individuals accountable for starting fires that eventually grow out of control. We spoke with Jose Perez, the executive director at APAMO, who says that while some of these fires began through natural causes, some were started because of reckless human behavior. He also noted that a great deal of financial resources will be needed to conduct recovery work in protected areas.
I believe that what we've noted, that the negligent use of fires by all sectors of the society has contributed significantly to these fires. Considering that this year has been, the conditions have been extreme, nevertheless, we believe that different sectors, the ordinary citizen who visits the Pine Ridge, who leaves behind unattended or distinguished fire, to the agricultural sector, I think has led to some of these fires, and because of the extreme conditions, has really overwhelmed not only the respective government entities. This year, as you guys have noted over social media and even on the news, it has actually impacted directly the protected areas. And it has really burdened our members. And goodness for the network, we've had 3 of our organizations on the front line, but we had 2 others who were willing and able to support these rangers in particular fighting these fires. The damage has been significant. It has to be assessed. But in the words of Ms. Maria Garcia, who's a chairlady from the Sana Society in San Antonio, it hurts when you hear these animals growling and crying, dying, being burnt and suffocating. And I think indeed this is an opportunity for those agencies responsible for funding the work that we do. Sometimes it takes these events for you to know the work that is being done in silence, the management of these protected areas, which are the bloodline for tourism sector. We know that. But it takes these events to note the value of the work that the co-managers are doing. And so financing is always lacking. We've always had a way of getting the work done. But at this time, it definitely requires equipment. It requires more manpower. Definitely, you need more rangers on the ground. They are the eyes out there. And so definitely substantive financing will be required to do recovery.
She was married to Belize's national hero, Philip Goson, and studied law so she could defend him when the government prosecuted him for standing up. On Wednesday, that woman, Hattie Goson, was laid to rest here in Belize City. Today, News 5's Marian Ali spoke with her eldest child, Philip Goson Jr., to find out about this woman who, in her own right, was also a hero. Not only did she represent her husband, but she also defended other women who could not afford legal fees. Here's that report on the life of Hattie Goson.
Not much has been said publicly about Hattie Goson, the wife of national hero Philip Goson, but she is as much a hero as he was. She was committed to serving those who needed legal representation, including her husband. Hattie Goson became an attorney because Philip needed someone who could represent him well in court when he came under pressure and prosecution.
After my parents got married, my mom became aware of my dad's legal predicament, much more aware of the fact that he was not properly represented in court. And my dad spoke to her about his difficulties getting an attorney. And that triggered my mom's desire to go to England to study for her law degree. You could say that my dad at the time was part of a group of revolutionaries challenging the current system that existed then. And for any groups that are challenging the existing systems, the system will tend to use the laws that are on the books to beat back those challenges. In Belize, the number of attorneys who were practicing was a very small group, only, I would say, 7 or 8 attorneys, and most of that group depended on the system, meaning the government, for their income. And so they were reluctant to represent anyone who was challenging the system.
Philip Goson Jr. says that when his mom went to study law at Lincoln's Inn in London, she left her 4 small children with relatives, and that upon her return, he could recall the celebration when she became the first woman attorney in Belize. But better than that, she came back to champion her husband's cause and the women who needed her services.
Her being the first woman was not just as the first woman to be called to the bar, but also someone who also took up cases that were considered too small for the lawyers who were currently practicing at the time. That changed the legal landscape for customers as well as for the legal profession. The court system at the time existed only for men, and they had to make adjustments, many adjustments, some big, some small.
Goson explained that when his dad wanted to marry his mom, he had to convert from Anglican to Catholicism.
My dad expressed interest to her mom in meeting her, and my mom said her mom insisted that before my dad could meet my mom, he would need to be of the correct religion. My dad grew up Anglican. My mom's family was Catholic. And so, according to my mom, my dad had to become a Catholic person before her mom would agree to a meeting.
Goson explained that his mom fought for not only her husband, but for women who needed legal services.
She was interested in helping women, especially who are not represented by attorneys. At the time that she started practice, it was very difficult for women to find attorneys who would represent them. For many cultural reasons, mostly because I believe the attorneys would feel that women would not be able to compensate them properly, but maybe other reasons.
Hattie Goson is survived by 4 children. Reporting for News 5, I am Marion Ali.
When we return, celebrating World No Tobacco Day.
Global rise in temperatures due to climate change increase the severity of dry weather conditions experienced in Belize. Forest fires, dust buildup, and contamination of our power lines can result in power interruptions. At BEL, we continue to do our part to minimize the impacts of challenging weather conditions and improve the reliability of our power line system. You can help. Report forest fires or damaged power line structures using our BEL 24/7 app or call us at 0800 BEL Care. That is 0800 235 2273. We continue to serve you.
Almost here, and we're gearing up for the exciting time of the year where kids from all over the country come together and showcase their talent on one stage. The Open Your Eyes stage. Yes, that's right. Summerfest is back. Every talent is allowed to be part of this year's Summerfest. Join us on June 1st at Channel 5 to audition for this year's show. Call or WhatsApp 670-6068 and I'll see you on stage.
Hi, my name is Leah Mangar, and I am currently the Administrative Assistant at Yasche Conservation Trust here in beautiful Punta Gorda. I received the Social Security Board Scholarship in the year of 2021. After I was told that I was a successful recipient of this scholarship, I was very grateful. This scholarship has assisted me in various ways. Firstly, it relieved me of financial constraints. So that was the main obstacle that was keeping me back. But receiving this scholarship allowed me to gain the skills and the knowledge that I needed to attain the job that I currently have. I would just encourage you all to apply to the scholarship. And the process is very, very easy. You will find a link and it will direct you to everything that you need in order to submit your application. And once you submit it, pray and just hope for the best, because you just will never know if you can get it.
Galenia Hospital, located in Cancun, Mexico's premier tourism destination, is a state-of-the-art healthcare facility that provides highly specialized medical services. We are Quintana Roo's biggest private hospital with board-certified doctors and staff. Some of our services include cath lab, adult intensive care unit, neonatal intensive care unit, emergency rooms, operating theaters, ambulance services, and more. We are a medically accredited hospital by JCI, Accreditation Canada International, and General Health Council, providing extraordinary care in every specialty, from our cardiology department to our neurology center. We are focused on treating the entire person, body, mind, and spirit. Contact us at medicaltourism@hospitalgalenia.com or visit our website at www.hospitalgalenia.com. Come to Galenia Hospital in Cancun for a truly personal medical care experience.
With the steady increase in prices, it's hard to hold on to your hard-earned cash. Well, here at Benny's, prices are steadily falling, making it easier to stretch your dollars. Prices are slashed on roofing, plysim, nails, rebar, paints, lumber, and other products for your construction needs. And with fantastic discounts going on right now, get store-wide deals on select products from now through September 30th. Visit a Benny's store near you today, where the prices just keep on falling. Benny's, quality and savings.
What if I told you that your singing talent can earn you $10,000? And what if I told you that you can stop singing in the shower and sing live on one of the biggest stages in Belize?
Let's go! I'm gonna love you forever.
Still not sold? Well, what if I told you with all that's offered, you can attract fans and supporters from all over the country? So, are you ready to be part of the most exciting singing competition in Belize? It's time for KTV The Remix, Season 6. Auditions will take place on Saturday, June 1st and Sunday, June 2nd. So mark your calendars and come show us how good you are. This is your chance to make it big and win big. KTV The Remix, Season 6. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Ford will turn 43 years old on Saturday. And to celebrate the occasion, SSB offices around the country held open day activities with members of the public today. It was June 1st, 1980, that the first Social Security office opened its doors. Today, the offices encouraged the public to visit their booths that they had set up and get their blood pressure and glucose tests, and oncology nurses were on hand to educate the people about the screening processes to identify cancer. SSB offices also encouraged people to do portal sign-ups for their online portal. As Communications and Public Relations Manager Vanessa Veas told us.
We still need people to sign up and get their portal account, right? Because as you know, we're transitioning from the paper process more to the digital online process. In addition to that, we're just telling the general public about the basic services that we offer and also the online services. So for example, for sickness benefit, you can load your sickness benefit claim forms online. If you're an employer, you can load your contribution statements online as well. And you can also pay online. So apart from that, right, what we're doing is we also are partnering that concept of the 43-year anniversary with wellness services, right? So SSB has adopted the GIVES philosophy, and a part of the GIVES philosophy, the I in that word give, talks about improved health outcomes. So that's where the wellness part comes in, right? And so we have representatives here from the Ministry of Mental Health and Wellness, right? As you know, mentally you need to be well. It affects your emotions, it affects your how you are on the job and stuff like that. So it's basically like preventative medicine if you want to look at it that way. We also have representatives from the National Health Insurance, NHI, right? And if you need to get your blood pressure checked or sugar test, you can come out and you can get that done for free. We have nurses who are doing that today.
Friday, May 31st is recognized globally as World No Tobacco Day. The day is observed annually to inform the public on the dangers of tobacco, the business practices of tobacco companies, and what the relevant authorities are doing to combat tobacco use. This year, the Ministry of Health and Wellness organized a National Tobacco Control Forum under the theme Protecting Children from Tobacco Industry Interference. News 5's Paul Lopez was at the forum. He filed the following report.
Tobacco use is becoming increasingly popular among a much younger population in Belize.
Youth 13 to 15 years of age, in Belize, the prevalence of smoking is about 13%, but in the region of the Americas, it's only about 9%.
That is at least a couple thousand children between the ages of 13 and 15 using tobacco.
It is alarming. And when we look at the use of cigarettes or smoking cigarettes, it's about 7.8% of the youth 13 to 15 who smoke cigarettes.
We met Dr. Karen Bell, the PAHO representative in Belize, at a World No Tobacco Day forum organized by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The forum is particularly geared towards empowering youths to encourage the government to protect their health. One way is through the implementation of higher taxation on tobacco products.
Higher customs duties on the tobacco products, higher taxes on the sale of tobacco products, and this has been proven to help to decrease the demand for these tobacco products.
There have been countless no tobacco smoking campaigns over the years targeted at the youth population. These campaigns often seek to bring awareness to the long list of health risks associated with tobacco use. But they are going up against a $1 billion global industry. According to Dr. Melissa Diaz-Musa, a tobacco control bill has been drafted for Belize.
The bill is a really strong bill. It helps to garner and to strengthen change behavior. It helps to identify the issues and especially the health issues that we have with tobacco control. And once it is approved, it would be circulated countrywide. Smoking has significant, contributes significantly to ill health. It contributes to chronic respiratory illnesses, emphysema, chronic obstructive disease, cerebrovascular disease like strokes, heart disease, and of course lung cancers and other respiratory illnesses.
The National Drug Abuse and Control Council is now placing greater emphasis on new and emerging tobacco products. Esner Veyos is the director of the council.
Those new and emerging products are e-cigarettes, hookahs, heated tobacco products that are produced in a way that would be more synthetically produced, if you want to put it that way, but at the same time that they do have nicotine in their products. And that's what makes them just as equally as harmful as traditional tobacco products. What we at the National Drug Abuse Control Council tell the younger population is that whereas the industry may say that the consumption of these products are cool, and they may be cool at the beginning, but at the longer run, the health impact that that product may have in your health system will be quite much higher.
And the first negative effects of smoking tobacco may be realized the first time the individual smokes. According to Veyos, that immediate heart-burning sensation is an alarm signal sent off by the body. He notes that it is all downhill from there with continuous tobacco use.
As the time progresses, that smoke will also be filling out your lungs. So over the course of the years, that filled up lungs with smoke will create tar, and that tar is the one that leads to those medical health effects that tobacco products have on the individual. So in a given timeline, in less than 15 years, you will be under the ground because of tobacco consumption.
NDOC data shows that while there has been a decrease in the use of traditional tobacco products, there has been an increase in the use of new and emerging products that are just as harmful. Even more concerning to the Ministry of Health and Wellness is data that shows an increase in tobacco use among women. Is there a level of hopelessness that comes with these efforts, given that not only do you have traditional tobacco smokers, but there's also these new and emerging tobacco sources that are becoming even more popular?
Well, I think we look at that as motivation for our team to work harder. Definitely there is hope for us to make a change. Social behavior is very much possible. And we know that if we start early, if we start in the schools, if we start to educate our children at a very young age, we can make a difference when it comes to our non-communicable diseases.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Argentina, here they come. The Belize national under-18 basketball team left for Argentina just before sunrise today. They're headed to compete in the FIBA under-18 AmeriCup after securing a bronze medal in the FIBA under-17 Central Basket Championships in 2023, hosted here in Belize. Our team has been placed in Group B along with teams from Argentina, Brazil, and USA. The first game is scheduled for Monday against Brazil. The tournament will run from June 3rd to the 9th. The top 4 teams from the tournament will get a chance to compete internationally against other teams next year. We spoke with some team members before they departed Belize.
We reached Argentina Saturday morning at 5:30 in the morning, check into the hotel, try to get some rest, and they compete on Monday. And they compete every day from the 3rd to the 9th, and then come back to Belize on the 10th. But what Belize can expect from these kids are exactly what they saw last summer. A bunch of kids that play hard, they play to the whistle and they don't give up. They have gotten better. You know, the kids individually have gotten better, and that will cause us to be better as a team.
We have 2 really big goals. So of course the biggest goal that every team should have is to win the whole thing. So that's the first thing we want to do, is win the whole thing. And if we don't win, we definitely want to qualify to go to the World Cup next year, so the top 4 make it. So we definitely want to be the top 4 to make it up there.
Is there anything intimidating about the group that you guys have been placed in?
I mean, they do got USA, but at the same time, everybody's the same. You know, we got to look at them at the same, because if we look at them too, like, way better than the other, then we're going to get a lot scared, and it's going to just throw off our whole game. So I see everybody the same, so we really don't fear anybody.
Growing up, it's always been a part of my dream to even be on the national team. So for me to be on the national team for the second time, and knowing that we're going on a bigger stage, I feel very great about this opportunity that I've been given.
All the games will be streamed live on YouTube. Dolores Balderramos Garcia, the Minister of Human Development, introduced a historic bill in the House of Representatives on Thursday. The Disabilities Bill has been in the works for the past 13 years. Once it passes through the lower and upper houses, persons living with disabilities will have legislation that empowers them to have full and equal enjoyment of rights, privileges, and benefits afforded by the Constitution of Belize. Here's more from Minister Garcia.
We ratified the convention in 2011. Imagine, we are here 13 years later doing what we need to do, but the fact is nothing happened before its time, and now is the time to make this happen. We want to put in place appropriate legislative and administrative measures for the implementation of the rights that are recognized in the convention, and this legislation will directly provide for the safeguarding of the constitutional rights that have been absent in existing legislation, but which are applicable to persons with disabilities. If I am correct, persons living with disabilities represent approximately 15% of our population. Let's think about that. And their ability to enjoy a standard of living comparable to the rest of society is largely governed by the ability of caregivers to make necessary adjustments and sacrifices, often at high costs and to the detriment of employment opportunities, which can prevent socioeconomic growth. The state's role in providing resources and services to persons with disabilities is globally recognized as a crucial part of any national social protection system. However, the responsibility must be borne by all levels of society. A robust legislative framework governing the rights of persons with disabilities is required to appropriately allocate responsibilities across main actors in the area and close existing gaps in data collection and resource mobilization.
Up next, Flowers Bank Village Festival, a celebration of history.
I listened to the CEO in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. Osman Martinez, and this gentleman said that Toledo is in the dark ages.
Whenever you want to go back to the 20th century, we have to take you to Toledo East, especially in the rural areas where there is no water, no electricity, no internet, poor road infrastructure, medical, not even a fire truck.
And I agree with him that the people of Toledo have been abandoned by this government. 4 years, this government has been in office and they cannot point to one policy that they have implemented for the benefit of the people in Toledo, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, please.
I am merely reporting, Mr. Speaker, the concerns of the people in Toledo and the concerns of your CEO. He is the one that is saying that you have abandoned the people in Toledo East, and we can see that. I am merely calling Dr. Martinez's name because he's telling you that they need help. So bring the people out of the dark ages. The people in Toledo deserve better.
Internet should be more than fast. NextGen 360 gives you peace of mind. Security, room-to-room coverage, all under your control. Can your internet do that?
What if I told you that your singing talent can earn you $10,000? And what if I told you that you can stop singing in the shower and sing live on one of the biggest stages in Belize?
Let's go! I'm gonna love you forever.
Still not sold? Well, what if I told you with all that's offered, you can attract fans and supporters from all over the country? So, are you ready to be part of the most exciting singing competition in Belize? It's time for KTV The Remix, Season 6. Auditions will take place on Saturday, June 1st and Sunday, June 2nd. So mark your calendars and come show us how good you are. This is your chance to make it big and win big. KTV The Remix, Season 6. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
World Environment Day 2024, I stand before you as your Minister of Sustainable Development and Climate Change with a message of hope and action. The theme for this year, land restoration, desertification and drought resilience, calls us to unite in safeguarding our precious land and natural resources. Belize, our home, is facing challenges posed by land degradation, desertification and drought, threats that require urgent attention and collective effort. It is imperative that we take a stand to protect our environment, for it sustains us all. Together, we can make a difference by promoting sustainable land management practices, engaging in reforestation efforts, and implementing water conservation measures. We can build resilience and ensure a more secure future for our children. Let us commit to being stewards of the land, guardians of our environment. Together, let us work towards a greener, more sustainable Belize. Happy World Environment Day 2024.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
This year marks the 15th celebration of the Flowers Bank Village Festival, an annual event honoring the legendary Flowers Bank 14, who defended the settlement of British Honduras alongside the British against the Spaniards at St. George's Key. The festival features locally made Belizean cuisine and old traditional Belizean games. This year promises even more excitement as the community aims to share its rich history from its people to its river. June 1st is the day, and Flowers Bank Village is the place to be. To understand the festival's significance to Belize's history, we travel to the Belize River Valley to learn more about it in this week's Look on the Bright Side. On the 10th of September, the country of Belize recognizes the day as a national holiday, where we acknowledge the battle between the Baymen and the Spaniards in 1798. But in Flowersbank Village, a small community of approximately 150 residents, their acknowledgement extends beyond that singular date. These residents are descendants of some of the very men who participated in that historical event. They are called the Flowersbank 14, who, over 2 centuries ago, broke a tide vote to defend or evacuate Belize, leading to the successful defense in the Battle of St. George's Key.
I believe many people know that the 14 men who took part in the public meeting who voted yes to stay and fight instead of running away from the Spaniards, that to me is of great significance to this community.
Marilyn Robinson's great-great-great-grandfather was Adam Flowers, a member of the Flowersbank 14. She is also the chairperson of the village and shares how important it is for the generation after her to always remember the legacy of their ancestors.
Adam Flowers, one of the men who was along with the 14, I think he was a priority among them because he also, when it came to running away from the slaves, he was the person who they were fighting along with the judges and the people who were helping them to free themselves from the slaves. And he came and settled here in Flowersbank. I'm not sure of the year, but it's in the 1700s. It's not something that's done on a regular basis, but at times we do sit and we talk about, what went on, and so we do a little skit or something that will share and get the children. The younger generation is the one we need to get to understand the importance of these 14 men, because when we are long gone, they will have to take up that and continue with this legacy.
78-year-old Lincoln Flowers is the oldest member of the community and also has a deep connection to the Flowersbank 14 through his great-grandfather. Although his knowledge of his ancestor Adam Flowers is limited, his admiration and respect run deeply. He even named his son after Adam to honor and preserve his legacy.
What happened, I know that at the time when they gone to Belize, they have this thing with us, when the mother thing, and so that's why Belize still there amongst we. I try to keep it up because then I know that my great-grandfather, my father, and things like that. So I got the last E-boy and I make sure that the Flowers family got the Adam Flowers back in the village.
While Flowersbank's rich history is rooted in the significant contributions of its people, it also played a pivotal role in one of Belize's major industries in the 17th century. I'm standing in front of the old Belize River, which once served as a transport route for the very mahogany trees now revered as a national symbol. By 1770, the logwood trade had declined, and settlers were harvesting mahogany, the country's primary export, until the 1950s. The villagers of this community saved those very same antique tools used during that time, all the way back then. And in their very own museum, those are the items that you will see on display.
These items donated from the villagers, they make up the history of Belize. Like the paddle, what you use to paddle the canoe with. You have to go, like me that live across the river, if I have to come across, I have to back and forth. If the water high or low, I have to in a canoe.
The Flowersbank Village Museum offers an authentic glimpse into the historical essence of Belize. Thanks to the collaboration with the National Institute for Culture and History, visitors can experience this time capsule and learn from individuals like Eleanor Mitchell, who donated an item belonging to her late father, a logwood cutter.
This is a waiter. My dad said that they weigh the logwood with.
Perhaps this was something that was used to kind of balance the logwood to see how many pounds it have.
The chairman was asking if we have any old antique that our parent have or grandparent to donate to the museum. So that's why I donate this.
They used to use the river, and we know about the Belize Old River. And so people used to, I could remember my uncle and some other men from up the river, Willows Bank, coming down with the mahogany trees and using those hooks to make sure that they don't get away, jumping on that one, jumping on the other one, hooking them and pulling them together. So I have seen that.
The rich historical background and cultural heritage of this community are key reasons why they hold the Flowersbank Village Festival annually.
I believe that people have been carrying on with that legacy by celebrating those 14 men annually. I think this year is the 15th annual Flowers Bank Festival, and the main thing is to honor those men, to make sure that people know about them. And I believe in Belize there are lots of people who don't know the importance of this community when it comes to tourism. Because tourists come here, they come to look at the monument, they come and they visit the museum, and even Belizeans maybe don't know that that is happening right here in Flowers Bank.
Robinson says that you can expect activities that are authentically Belizean, from the food to the games.
We're going to be having rice and beans with all those meats and tamales, Flowers Bank tamales, the best tamales in the River Valley, and I'm going to say it loud and clear. And then for games, we have this special game that we were supposed to do last year, but the fire burned the cohoon trees and we weren't able to get cohoons. But we're going to do instead of lime and bucket, since cohoon is special to Flowers Bank and the cohoon mill, we're going to be having cohoon and bucket race.
And elders like Lincoln Flowers believe that this celebration should extend beyond the community. He sees it as a significant piece of history that holds importance for the entire country.
I see the benefit of what they do. If the mistake of them, we probably be in a bigger problem than what we're in right now. That's why I tell everybody this thing. This thing is not only for Flowers Bank people, this is for the whole country of Belize. This Flowers Bank Day, but who says Flowers Bank Day? I said Belize.
Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabrina Daly. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.